Hello, everyone, and welcome to Learn English with Podcast. Today's episode is called The Power of Small Steps. This is a slow English listening and shadowing lesson for A1 and A2 learners. We will listen to a story, understand the meaning, and practice speaking together. Please listen carefully, relax, and repeat after me when it's time. Let's begin our journey of learning English together.
Once upon a time, in a quiet town, there lived a young woman named Emma. Emma worked in a small bakery near the market. She made bread, cakes, and cookies every morning. The smell of fresh bread filled the air, and people loved her bakery. But Emma was not completely happy. She had a dream. She wanted to learn English. She wanted to travel, meet new people, and maybe open her own bakery in another country. However, she thought it was too difficult. She often said to herself, "My English is too bad. I can't learn it." One day, an old customer named Mr. Harris came to buy bread. He was friendly and spoke slowly in English. He said, "Good morning, Emma. How are you today?" Emma smiled nervously and said, I'm fine, thank you." Mr. Harris smiled and said, "See, you already spoke English. You can learn more if you practice every day." His words stayed in Emma's heart. That night, when she went home, she decided to start small. She took her old English book from school and read one page. Just one page. It was not perfect, but she felt proud. The next day, she listened to a short English podcast while baking. She didn't understand everything, but she caught a few words: happy, morning, and bread. She smiled and said, "I know those words." Every day, Emma practiced for just 10 minutes. She listened, repeated, and learned slowly. Sometimes she forgot words. Sometimes she mispronounced them. But she didn't stop. She told herself, "It's okay. I will keep going." Weeks passed, then months. Her confidence grew. One morning, a tourist came into her bakery and said, "Hello, do you sell chocolate croissants?" Emma smiled and replied confidently, "Yes, I do. Would you like one or two?" The tourist was surprised and said, "Wow, your English is very good." Emma laughed and said, "Thank you. I practice every day." That evening, she wrote in her notebook, "Small steps can make a big change." Over time, Emma made friends with other English learners online. She joined a small group where everyone practiced speaking together once a week. They encouraged each other and shared stories about their progress. Emma's life slowly changed. 1 year later, she applied for an international baking competition. The competition was in London. She was nervous, but she decided to try. When she arrived, she used her English to talk to other bakers. She said, "Hello, my name is Emma. I'm from a small town. I love baking." Everyone smiled and welcomed her warmly. Emma didn't win first place, but she received a special award for creativity. She was happy and proud of herself. When she returned home, people from her town came to the bakery and asked her, "Emma, how did you learn English?" She smiled and said, "One small step at a time." Now, let's learn from Emma's story. This story teaches us the power of small steps. Even if something looks difficult, you can reach your goal by doing a little every day. Let's look at some useful words and expressions from the story. 1. Bakery. A place where bread and cakes are made and sold. Example: Emma works in a bakery. 2. proud. Feeling happy because you did something good. Example: she felt proud after learning one new word. 3. Confidence. Belief in yourself and your ability. Example: her confidence grew when she spoke English. 4. Competition. An event where people try to win something. Example: she joined a baking competition. 5. Practice. To do something again and again to improve. Example: practice speaking English every day. 6. Motivation. A reason or feeling that helps you keep going. Example: Mr. Harris gave Emma motivation to learn English. Now, think about yourself. Are you learning English? Do you sometimes feel it's too hard? Remember, small steps matter. Even 5 minutes of practice can make a difference. When you read one English sentence today, when you listen to one short story tomorrow, when you speak one new word next week, you are moving forward. That is the power of small steps. Now, let's practice speaking together. I will say each sentence slowly. You repeat after me. Let's begin.
Emma worked in a small bakery. She made bread, cakes, and cookies. She wanted to learn English. She thought it was too difficult. But one day she met Mr. Harris. He said, "You can learn if you practice every day." That night, she read one page from her English book. She listened to an English podcast while baking. She practiced for just 10 minutes each day. Sometimes she forgot words, but she didn't give up. After a few months, she spoke with confidence. She said, "Yes, I do. Would you like 1 or 2?" The tourist said, "Wow, your English is very good." Emma smiled and said, "I practice every day." She learned that small steps can make a big change. 1 year later, she joined a baking competition in London. She used English to talk with other bakers. She didn't win first place, but she was proud. She said, "I learned English one small step at a time." Excellent job! You're doing amazing! Now, let's repeat a few motivational sentences together. I can learn English. I don't have to be perfect. Every small step helps me grow. I will practice every day. I believe in myself. Fantastic! You sound great.
You did wonderful work today. You listened carefully, learned new words, and practiced speaking. Remember, fluency comes with time. Learning English is not about being fast. It's about being consistent. Do one small thing every day. Read one short story. Listen to one podcast. Speak one sentence aloud. That is enough. Small steps build big success. Like Emma, you can also change your life little by little. Thank you for listening to Learn English with Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe. You can replay this podcast daily for better pronunciation and fluency. See you in the next episode, and remember, keep learning, keep smiling, and never give up on your English journey.